Hey everybody, it's Doug here, Doug Mystic Eye, Board Game Geek. Just bringing you another episode of the Doom that came to Atlantic City. I'm going to go over some corrections and I'm going to go over some final thoughts. I've come to the conclusion that this is a more enjoyable game to play than to watch being played. I think just the nature of Monopoly. I don't know if anybody would want to sit and watch a Monopoly type game. Anyway, we gave it a run. Some people watched it. I'm not sure what people think of the game. I didn't get many comments on it. I normally get considerably more, which is leading me to believe that this is probably not the best game for a run-through. But I want to show it to you, and you've seen it. I do want to make some corrections for myself. One is I wasn't using Nyarlathotep's power. I did, so I recorded more than what I have here. I might put in some clips and show you a combat or two just to make it cool. But anyway, I did not use Nyarlathotep's power. He's supposed to get a cultist when he creates destruction, and so he should have one. I think it was two cultists. Anyway, and also the one that I really botched up, I just simply forgot about it, was when you pass the Amigo space, you get a choice of some things. So I didn't do that. So when you pass that, you get a cultist or one. You get one of the two types of cards you can pull. So we could have had more powers on the board. I mean, they only passed it once, I think, or maybe twice. But anyway, I'm gonna get on to something beefier for a playthrough, narrowing it down to a couple of different things. A lot of people ask me for Elder Chores, so I think I'm gonna have to pull that off. But I also have a couple things I want to show you guys. So for now, I think I'm just going to end this and talk about my thoughts on the game. What do I think of the Doom that came to Atlantic City? Well, here's my thoughts. So I like Monopoly once in a while, and this is not exactly like Monopoly, but it definitely plays that way. This is one of those games where if you wanted to slowly bring people into the Cthulhu mythos or just into some different types of gaming, this would probably be a pretty decent gateway game, even though there is a lot of maliciousness in it. I guess there's the same maliciousness in Monopoly, except you don't directly attack each other. But I think with the component quality and everything else, it's pretty cool. The figures are really awesome. The big, giant, oversized cards are slick and cool. I think Cryptozoic did a very good job on that, and the design is great, the art's great, it's all good stuff. As far as like a heavy game goes, well, it's something I can see coming out every once in a while just for the heck of it. I don't know if this one's going to stay in my collection overly long, we'll see. I think, I know my son is eager to play it, he wants me to kind of get on with this so I can play it with him. And my wife as well was interested, she came and was reading the cards, thought this looked pretty cool. So we'll see, it might be a good family game. I don't know. Personally, I think it does play quickly, which is nice, and it's not too much. I mean, not a brain burner. You're not going to have to spend a lot of mental cycles on it, which can be nice sometimes as well. But it still has some strategy and depth, and can be enjoyable in the same way that a Monopoly game would be enjoyable, but shorter. Which it has a more defined end time, which is awesome because we've built in these predisposed misunderstandings of the Monopoly rules that everybody plays by that actually make the game very lengthy. But anyway, I do like the components, the pieces, the cultists, the buildings, the little markers, the cards, they're all great. So I think we're going to end it here. I'm probably going to add a couple clips in a combat you can watch, a fight or two, and we'll be done with it there. But hey, thanks for watching this, guys. I appreciate those that did watch it. And let's get on to something more in-depth and more entertaining for a playthrough. Should be fun. Thanks. Talk to you soon. Actually, he's going to do this. Why not? Let's have some fun. We're going to get a cultist back when we do it. Anyway, we're going to play his Vendetta card. That's going to cost him his 2 houses that he has taken, and one of his cultists. He's got to sacrifice one of his cultists to make that move. He will then move to here, where he's going to attack Shub-Niggurath. And that is going to be fun, because he's definitely got an advantage. Poor old Shub-Niggurath really doesn't have anything that he can do to stop or help himself with this attack, but we're going to roll for Nyarlathotep first and see how he does with his dice roll. Wow, he rolled a 10 doubles. I got to mark him on the doubles. What happened? Uh-oh, doubles in combat. What does that mean? Let's see. I don't know yet, but we're going to look at that. In your combat, if you're in combat, you must fight an additional fight round of combat with the same opponent as soon as the current battle is resolved. The outcome of the first round combat determines whether or not you can continue to the destruction phase. Losing the second round won't end your turn as long as you won the first round. Okay, so it only matters that we win the first round. He did roll a 10, and he's got +2, so he's got a 12. He's very likely to win this round, and Shub-Niggurath is very likely not to. So let's roll Shub-Niggurath dice. He has to roll 12, and he has no bonuses. So he did not. He rolled a 7. So Shub-Niggurath lost his first battle. What does that mean? It means a couple things. One is Shub-Niggurath loses one of his cultists. So one of his cultists are going to transfer over to Nyarlathotep's board, and Nyarlathotep gets to draw a new chance card. Reanimation, +3 defense. Take the top card from the Providence or Chance discard pile. That's pretty good. Now let's think about this. I'm going to go over to the player boards and show you something interesting. Nyarlathotep gets to make a second attack roll, and I was thinking about doing this using his power. It says before you make an attack roll, you may exchange this trait for a trait of your choice belonging to your target. Nyarlathotep may recover this trait from its current owner at the start of its turn by exchanging it for another trait. So he may do this. Now, it doesn't say even has to be on the same space. So I think what we're going to do here is he likes this. The Black Goat of the Woods special ability. He can take it and place it here and give this guy the Mask of Nyarlathotep. Now, keep in mind that Shub-Niggurath can now use that ability as well if he were to land on a space and before his attack roll. But he's going to take that because when he gets to the destruction phase next turn, he might actually get some extra cultists. And he was getting low. He's got 4 now. He was down to 3. But anyway, let's go to the combat round and see how things pan out. So I take it back. He was actually at 4. Now he's at 5 because he took one from Shub-Niggurath. Anyway, here is the dice roll. We're going to go for another round of combat. Keep in mind Nyarlathotep has +2. This is his roll. Ooh, a 3. So he might lose his cultist right back. And Shub-Niggurath, so that basically puts him up to a 5. Shub-Niggurath rolled a 7. So he won the second attempt. Now, we could, even though he lost this, he could go back to the destruction phase. But he loses the cultist he just got from Shub-Niggurath, and Shub-Niggurath gets to draw as the winner. I think as the defender gets to do this as well. I should just double check on the combat. I believe he gets to draw this card. But let's see. Combat, if your total is equal to or greater than your target's, you take one of his cultists, at your supply, draw 1 chance card. Okay. So he does get to do that. So he got Widdershins, +2 defense, or play after rolling for movement and move counterclockwise this turn. Okay. It's interesting. Interesting. So anyway, that's going to end Shub-Niggurath's turn. It's kind of a wash, even though they both got some cards out of it. And now we're going to move on to, I'm sorry, that was Nyarlathotep's turn. Now we're going to move on to Shub-Niggurath's turn.